Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the dangerous effect of shisha actually. So before we dive into the main topic, let us see the image and then labeling of the shisha apparatus actually. So that is it. So this is the shisha actually. So this is a tree. This is the stem where the smoke is passing through. This is the base. So this base it is containing water actually. This is the mouthpiece actually. So this whenever the person inhale or trying to withdraw the smoking, it will create a kind of negative pressure in the base. So as a result of this negative pressure in the base, then definitely the smoke that is coming from here then will go and mix with the water, then come out through this mouthpiece actually, and then it will get into the lungs of a patient or of a person actually. So that is how the shisha is working. And then this shisha, by definition, is a kind of equipment that has a water pipe that allows an individual to smoke tobacco with multiple flavors, e.g., orange, berry, chocolate, and the rest of fruits actually. So shisha, shisha is a type of equipment that has a water pipe that allows an individual to tobacco smoke tobacco actually with multiple, and that tobacco is mixed with multiple uh, actually flavors. For example, that flavors can be berry, maybe orange flavor, maybe a kind of chocolate, even chocolate flavor, and so on. So, and then another name of this shisha, that is other names. The shisha can be used. The name of the shisha can be used with other names like other names. Sometimes they call it hookah. Sometimes they even call it like nagail. Sometimes hoba bubble. So all these names can be used interchangeably with the shisha actually. So depending on the region around the world, some region around the world uses the term hookah to describe the shisha. Some region uses nagail. Some hoba bubble. That is it. So that is it. So since right away from the beginning of the lecture, I showed how the shisha apparatus is working actually. So this tobacco, it is the main concern when it comes to the dangerous effect of the shisha. The tobacco that is contained in the shisha, it is the main concern actually. So this tobacco is also a mixture of some kind of toxins in it. So tobacco contains some kind of toxins like nicotine, like carbon monoxide, like arsenic acid, like lead, like arsenic acid, arsenic. So all these are contained in the tobacco actually. There's even a kind of another toxin that is called benzopyrene. So there are so many toxins actually that is contained in the uh, tobacco. So that is it. So then now let us see the complications or the effect of using this or of smoking this shisha. Complications of shisha smoking. So the complication, number one complication is cancer complication, or cancer complication. Cancer. So this shisha, or the toxins that are contained in this shisha, has the ability to cause many cancers actually, because this shisha has a higher concentration of toxic substances than cigarette smoking or than cigarette, because if you can spend even an hour smoking a shisha, is even equal to almost more than 100 pieces of cigarette. So this means this shisha is containing a lot of toxins, even more than cigarette. While some people did assume that shisha is even safer uh, than cigarette smoke, but that is the opposite. That is uh, that is not true actually, because the shisha smoking is more dangerous than the smoker than the cigarette smoke actually. So now let us see the cancers that are seen in uh, someone that is smoking shisha. The number one cancer is lung cancer. The second cancer is oral cancer because of that tobacco. Another cancer that may be seen is esophageal cancer, because we have already know that people that are chewing tobacco chewing gum, they are at risk of developing oral cancer and esophageal carcinoma. So that is, it's the same way applied to the people that are smoking this shisha due to this tobacco. So they are at risk of number one lung cancer, oral cancer, and then esophageal carcinoma. So that is it. Then now let us see the cardiovascular diseases that may result as a result of smoking shisha. That is cardiovascular diseases. So this cardiovascular disease, because of this tobacco or nicotine inside the tobacco of the shisha actually, this may tend to narrow the blood vessels. Because why the blood vessels get narrowed is because this nicotine that is contained, or the toxins that are contained inside that tobacco, get damage the endothelial cells of the blood vessels. Damage the endothelial cells, endothelial cells, endothelial cells of the blood vessels. So whenever a blood vessels endothelial cells are damaged, these endothelial cells will increase the receptors of. So there will going to be an increase in receptors of cholesterol from the blood. Cholesterol. That is, these receptors are going to be expressed on the surface of the endothelial cells. Let's say this is the endothelial cell. This is the blood vessel. So here we have these endothelial cells. So these toxins damage these endothelial cells. So if they are damaged, there are going to be a kind of increase in the receptors that are responsible for capturing a lot of cholesterol from the moving blood, right? So if they capture this cholesterol, they will jam it in the subendothelial space, so leading to development of this atheroma, of development of plaque, so a lot of cholesterol plaque. So due to increase in the receptors of cholesterol, so there will going to be increase in accumulation of accumulation of cholesterol in subendothelial layer. So leading to development of atheroma or plaque, cholesterol plaque, right? So that is it. So the vessels that are more prone to this pathogenesis are especially the coronary artery vessels, coronary artery, coronary arteries of the heart. So if coronary arteries are damaged, as we have already known that coronary arteries are the arteries that are supplying the heart, right? So if these coronary arteries are damaged or they develop this atheroma or plaque in it, then there will going to be a decrease in blood supply to the heart. then leading to formation of or development of heart attack, right? So that is it. Then this atheroma formation can also occur in carotid artery. This carotid arteries are the one that are supplying the brain. So definitely, if the brain has a decrease in supply of blood, definitely the patient may develop a kind of stroke, right? Then this stroke can lead to development of paralysis actually. So that is it. Then even arteries of the limbs, that's peripheral arteries, right? Arteries of limbs, especially the lower limbs, can also get this atheroma. So leading to the development of peripheral artery disease. So in this patient, the patient, you will see them having a kind of muscular pain, lower muscle pain, right? Lower limb muscle pain due to exercise. That's relief that is relieved by rest. That is it. Then we have uh, infectious complications. Infectious complications. Infectious complications. So these uh, infections that may result due to this shisha may be due to two factors. Number one, due to decrease in the immunity of a patient, actually due to decrease in immunity of the person drinking shisha, in immunity of the person, of the individual, and then also due to improper hygiene of the shisha apparatus itself. Improper hygiene of the shisha apparatus, because this shisha apparatus is used by multiple individuals actually. So if it is used by multiple individuals, there is a kind of increased risk of transmitting some diseases through that mouthpiece that we have already shown. This is the mouthpiece. So through the mouthpiece, if multiple individuals use this mouthpiece to smoke the shisha, then definitely the patient there is increased risk of transmitting of some diseases actually, or some infections specifically. So these infections are: number one, herpes labialis, that is caused by HSV1 virus, right? Then tuberculosis, TB. Then infectious mononucleosis, that is caused by Epstein-Barr virus. So and other infections actually. So we have another consequences of smoking a shisha, which is hematological consequence of hematological effect. That is the direct effect on the blood. So there is going to be a kind of decrease in oxygen carrying capacity of the red blood cell. Oxygen carrying capacity of the RBCs, because as we have already saw it in the mixture, or in right away in the earlier part of this video, the mixture of this shisha constituent, it contains a kind of toxins that, for example, carbon monoxide, right? Carbon monoxide, even nicotine, benzoyl, lead, arsenic, right? So the carbon monoxide, it is the one that is responsible for this decrease in oxygen carrying capacity of this RBC, because this carbon monoxide will bind to the hemoglobin that is found inside the RBC. So when it binds to the hemoglobin, as we have already know that the hemoglobin, it is one that is responsible for the carrying of the oxygen, right? So due to this bonding of this carbon monoxide with this hemoglobin, there is going to be a kind of formation of a compound called carboxy hemoglobin complex. Carboxy hemoglobin. So due to this binding, then definitely the hemoglobin will now decrease carrying or transportation of the oxygen, because the place where the oxygen is responsible to bind, now it is carbon monoxide, right? So this may lead to hypoxia. That's decrease oxygen supply to the tissue, right? Which is decrease oxygen supply to the tissue. To the tissues. So that is it. So these are among some of the complications of smoking a shisha actually. Thank you very much.